Let's look at overloaded methods. So an overloaded method is a method that has the same name as another method, but different parameters. This could be a different number of parameters or different type of parameters or both. So in other words, like 1 int, 2 ints, 3 ints, those are all different. Or maybe one has an int, one has a float, one has a char. Those are all different. But they has to be different. You can't have a method that has the same name that has the exact same parameters. In other words, method called method and has an int parameter. Another one called method has an int parameter. It has to be different parameters. Now, the return type or void doesn't affect overloaded methods. This means you have to have different parameters. Changing the return type will not make it overloaded. So let's look at some examples here. So here we have three methods that all have the same name but different parameters. So the first one, do stuff 3.4, receives a double. The next one, do stuff 4, 5, receives two integers, and then do stuff hello receives a string. So all of them have different parameters, and they're all void. So do stuff, this method will print out the value of the parameter, so nothing fancy. And you can see the parameter double x. Next method, do stuff, receives two parameters x and y and prints them out. It looks like it prints them in a point format, x comma y format, and two parameters there. The last method, do stuff, receives a string and print out the first half of the parameter to the next. Let's make that a little bit more readable. There we go. So let's run through this. Let's make this, see if this works. And it does. There's all three of the methods. So it knows which method to call based on the parameters. So the different parameters, same name, it's fine. Just make sure when you have a method that has the same name that you are sending the correct number of parameters to the correct method. You want to make sure you're calling the correct method that you want to use when you're dealing with overloaded methods. And that is the end of this lesson.